Pisces and cross watchers. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to my channel. For the ones that are new, welcome to Pisces Dimension. Like, share, and subscribe so all your friends can find out what is good. Pisces, you have the Two of Wands, and it's talking about planning, progress, making decisions, discovery, leaving home, and travel plans. Oh! The number two is standing for duality, togetherness, a settling of energy, union, love, and balance. Piscean, we've been talking about love is coming, Pisces. And behind that card, you had the Empress. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Cups, Pisces. So I kid you not. This week might be the week that you stop being single, Piscean. For others, I see that there is some shape or form of progress, Pisces, whether it's more hours at work, um, you getting a job that you is an upgrade in the pay. It doesn't have to be a new job, Pisces. You could have a progress an upgrade in your pay. um Pisces, this week is also gonna be crucial for some decisions. You cannot slack on it, Pisces. There is a decision that you need to make, that you've been sleeping on it, and you have to get to it, Pisces, as soon as possible, Pisces. Like chop chop, Pisces. And this is for the week of, I was gonna say August, and this I was gonna say October. So keep those 2 months in mind, Pisces. This is for the week of I think July 14 to July 19, 2026. How you all doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is having a nice day. Have an awesome week, Pisces. Pisces, for the ones that um, watch me and know that we lost our family dog last week. I I had a dream with him yesterday. It was like, if it felt like a closure, Pisces. I was crying. I was singing his songs. In the dream, he comes out of underneath a chair, and he's walking to me like, I did something wrong. I really fucked up. I really fucked up this time. I got myself killed. So nothing, Pisces. He came to my lab, and he laid down and rested, and he fell asleep. So when he ran away, he wanted to come home. He was found deceased in the highway on his way to here. Hi, Carlito. How you doing? Thank you for being here. So he wanted to come home. He got to, in the dream, we got closure. He got to come home. And he was, sleeping on my lap. That was nice, Pisces. Ooh, we've been talking about this, Pisces. Ooh, I like it. I like it, Pisces. Ooh, hi, Pisces. Laser focus, Pisces, next week. I mean, we laser focus, but next week in particular, there is gonna be some. You're gonna be laser focused on something. It's Pisces. It's a life-changing week. Let me just give you some heads ups, because do cuatro say we have the 6 cards, because There is some decisions making, there is some progress as well, Pisces. And I told you it also had to do with work. Now, Piscean, I have your cards. The first one is the Eight of Cups. After that, you have the Queen of Wands. Then you have the Eight of Pentacles right here, Pisces. Workaholic Pisces. Then you have the Five of Cups. You have the Moon. And last but not least, the Ace of Swords. What is this telling me, Pisces? Pisces, you gaining the courage to leave some things behind, okay? Pisces, for the looks of it, I'm not saying you have bad habits, but there was something, Pisces. I don't know if it was self-indulgence. I don't know if it was it could be drinking, it could be there is something that you're leaving behind, okay? And you gaining the courage to do it because it's not easy, Pisces. This sometimes this is ages of this certain pattern, Pisces. I'm not saying like, oh my God, Pisces, and you gotta dig yourself out of the hole. I'm not saying that, Pisces. What I'm trying to tell you is you're leaving something behind and you're very determined, okay, to when I say you laser focus, it could be work, it could be I also see that it's a new shape of form of income, Pisces. It feels like it's more independent than you working for somebody else, Pisces. But Pisces, it feels like you are gonna have some regrets for not starting sooner. Okay. At the end of the day, Pisces, you're gonna be successful because you've been laser focused in your goals, Pisces. Yes, you have had hurdles, mishaps, um, that you had to either reroute or you had to go to plan B, C, D, E, Pisces. But at the end of the day, you never gave up on yourself, Pisces. You kept persistent, consistent, Pisces, about what you had to do. You did not give up on yourself. Hi, my loves. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to have all of you over here. Let's see, Pisces. What else? What else you have for the week? Pisces, I also see, okay, that there were some, you were worried about something, okay? You have some negative thoughts about whatever the case may be, is done. Whatever insecurity that you have for whatever the case may be, Pisces, is over. You finding purpose in I'm not saying that you didn't feel like you had any purpose, but you have more of a clear view, Pisces, about what you are meant to be doing. And yes, you have some regrets of not making this decision sooner, Pisces. But at the end of the day, you had all these insecurities, you had all these negative thoughts, you had all these worries, and you being in survival mode. That's the word that I'm trying to get. Survival mode for a very long time, Pisces. And some of your ways from that survival mode, you still keep them. And the universe is telling you it's time to let all those worries go. It's time for you to fulfill your purpose without those worries, Pisces, okay? There is some balance with the family. I don't know if there is any differences currently with your family. There, Pisces, there is always some bullshit with family, okay? And I don't want you to think, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed because this situation that is going on with my family. No, Pisces, it happens to the best of us, okay? You can control yourself. You cannot control other people, okay, Pisces? Like I said, you making that decision and taking action, Pisces. Huh. You have the Ten of Cups over here. Pisces, this is also dreams come true with the family, Pisces. So yes, this is live, my loves. Thank you for being here. So, Pisces, issues with the family, they're gonna be resolved. Some people are gonna see that, you know, what they did was wrong, that caused all these shenanigans. The read is not all about family shenanigans, Pisces. You also have success with money, um, by the decision and the action that you take in, Pisces. It's not only gonna benefit you, it's gonna benefit the family. You're gonna be able to spoil your kids. I'm not saying you don't spoil them, Pisces, but there is gonna be more money to spoil them more. Calling your mom and say, hey mom, your birthday is coming, or Mother's Day, or whatever the case may be. Oh, you the best mom ever. You deserve a dream vacation. Where you wanna go? Where you wanna go? You understand me, Pisces? Manifesting financial opportunities. I kid you not, Pisces. I think you're joining something, and that something is gonna bring you money, Pisces. So you need to it's like you were in tension over this, Pisces. Maybe you lost a few nights of sleep over it, just thinking about it. Am I making the right decision? um am I not wasting my time, Pisces? I hear you. I hear you. We're not getting any younger, Pisces. A few weeks ago, I was reflecting, okay? And I kid you not, I needed to have a lot of compassion for myself because I'm 47 years old. I said to myself, wow, all those years just raising children, being a stay home mom. If I work as hard as I work right now, ooh, think I'm the things that I would have accomplished, Pisces. It was hitting me hard a few weeks ago. But at the end of the day, being a stay-at-home mom, I enjoyed it while it lasted. And it's time for me to be productive, Pisces. And maybe something like that. Maybe there is some thoughts about you not doing some things sooner. Some regrets about, I wish I made this decision sooner. It could be as simple as living a toxic karmic relationship, Pisces. And it is not only a spouse that is karmic. There is relatives, siblings, um, even parents that are so toxic that it's better to have them far than to have them close. Even adult kids, Pisces. I kid you not. So we have to have compassion for ourselves. Sometimes we don't make the right decision at that moment because of circumstances. So we cannot be that hard on us, Pisces. Okay. Now let's see what the Archangel Oracle cards have to say for Pisces for the week of July 14th to July 19th, 2026. Wow, almost the most of the month already, Pisces. Past mid-month already. So I'm excited for August. I hope you having a nice summer. July is gonna be work, 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 work. August is gonna be less work but still work. Pisces. We are not taking much breaks. But huh. Three more cards for Pisces. It's kind of taking a little long for them to come out, but that means the right cards need to come out for your message, Pisces. One more card from Archangel Oracle cards for the week of July 14th to July 19th, 2026. I'm so glad I don't have to cook today. Today is leftover night, Pisces. Pisces, you have Hello from Heaven with Archangel Azariel. And your message goes, your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Pisces, I am so claiming this card, and you know why. But for the ones that also need to claim it, maybe you lost a very significant someone. It could be soon, like this year, last year. It doesn't matter when you lost that person because at the end of the day, you you don't move on from that loss, but you learn how to cope with it as years go by. And I don't know if you have a certain guilt over a loss. Um, Maybe I could have check up on grandma more often. Something like that, Pisces. I hear the grandma word. Okay? It could be a grandparent, it could be anybody, Pisces. So let go of your worries. And anytime you want to connect with whoever the case may be, Pisces, I mean, usually when you're thinking a lot about a deceased person is because that person is right next to you in spirit. The body dies and decays, but this we energy having a human experience. So that energy don't die. That spirit don't die, Pisces. Sometimes we I don't know if that have happened to you, but you can like smell a perfume or a cologne all of a sudden, and it reminds you of somebody that passed away. That person was right next to you, Pisces. Like I said, spirit don't die, and they are pretty much watching over us. Sometimes we hear an idea or a thought, and it's them trying to communicate with you, Pisces. Then you have gentleness with Archangel Sandoval. And your message goes, be gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments, Pisces. So sometimes our mood, let's say, you having a bad day, then you go to a place where there is that, people are being disrupted, Pisces, and um, I can hear family gathering, and you have some relatives that is I'm talking, I can hear SA, when he was a child. So Pisces, I am so sorry if you need to not go to that family gathering because that uncle or whoever the case may be is there. Don't go, Pisces. I just feel like they need to tell you that you don't need to go. You don't need to explain, but maybe you can explain somebody, and that somebody is gonna understand and is gonna vouch for you and be like, no, this person couldn't make it, it's fine. Pisces, you also have outdoors with Archangel Hophiel. And your message goes, go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas, Pisces. A walk outdoors always do it for me, Pisces. To be connected with my members of the family, aka pets, it also does it for me, Pisces. Connected with nature. I mean, you don't have to hug a tree and walk barefoot on the grass, but it's good to get some fresh air. It's good to get some vitamin D, aka some sunlight, Pisces. It's good to take walks. It's some shape or form of exercise, Pisces, okay? And a good walk in a nice weather does it to me, Pisces. And looking at the sky, that fresh air. I mean, the clouds always talk to me. They always give me messages, and you should try it too. You should try to ask a question to the universe. Put it out there to the universe, Pisces, and you're gonna get the answers. Whether it's a car going by with the song and that lyric it resonates, that question that you just asked to the universe, Pisces. I kid you not, you should try it. You're gonna discover that we are so connected with everything. It's amazing. It's hard to explain, but it's not so hard to accomplish, Pisces. Then you have overcoming difficulties with Archangel Jeremiel. And your message goes, the worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges, Pisces. You are surmounting. You see that mountain? Okay. Overcoming difficulties. Look at this difficulty right here. And look how you're surmounting. Surmounting, going over it. Like nothing, Pisces. Then you have prosperity with Archangel Ariel. We've been talking about prosperity, Pisces. And your message goes, your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality, Pisces. That action that you had to take, that decision that you had to make, he's gonna bring you prosperity, Pisces. But if he's gonna stay lingering in your head, collecting dust and cobwebs, Pisces, spider webs, Spider-Man webs. I kid you not, Pisces. If you haven't made that decision, you better chop chop and make it, Pisces, because you got all this prosperity waiting for you. And last but not least, clear sentence with Archangel Raquel. And your message goes, notice your recurring physical and emotional feelings as they signify divine guidance, Pisces. That intuition is gonna be on fire this week, Pisces. And you definitely need to pay attention. Sometimes we get this thought and we're like, that's crazy. No, that's not gonna happen. And then it happens, and you're like, oh my God, yeah, that happens, Pisces. I kid you not. So sometimes after we pass away, we time travel to a specific time in our lifetime to warn us. And sometimes you'll be like, oh, I had a hard feeling about this. And I listen to myself and I avoid this situation. Yeah, Pisces, I kid you not. It happens. It fucking happens. There is a video proof about it. Where I kid you not, this guy was walking and you can see his ghost tapping him. So he turned, and when he turned, there was like a flatbed truck, and he had like a gate, and that thing opened like that. And when the guy went like this, it passed him like that. So if he kept walking, it would have hit him, and that's how he passed away. So he came, he time travel, Pisces. His spirit time travel to warn him. All he did was tap him, and he moved, and that thing you see, like that, and he goes, oh, I kid you not, Pisces. I gotta go, Pisces. I didn't know I had to work tonight, and my boss is like, hey, you submitted your timesheet. You forgot you're not working tonight? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm working. I'm working, Pisces. So we got leftover night. It could be barbecue ribs with arroz con salchicha or chicken tenders with mac and cheese. Which one will I have today? I don't know, Pisces, but I got to go. This is all, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by. God bless you. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome day. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome weekend, Pisces, because today is Friday. Have an awesome, awesome, awesome week, Pisces. If nobody have told you you're loved, you already know, Pisces. Pisces dimension and all my family members in Pisces Nation loves you, Pisces. Take care. See you next time.